ESPN+. Down the stretch we come, the final 2 weeks of the regular season. Abilene Christian Wildcats playing for a conference championship. They get a hot team in the Utah Tech Trailblazers tonight. WAC basketball on a Thursday night. Welcome to Moody Coliseum, Abilene Christian University. Alongside my good friend Zion Webb, I'm Andy Penny. Well, for the Wildcats, currently in the third place spot, but a chance to win the conference championship. But Zion, they'll get a team in Utah Tech playing good basketball right now, winners of each of their last two.
Yeah, like you said, they're hot right in the correct time down the stretch of WAC play. But guess what, man? They're struggling just a little bit against the Wildcats. Today will be a good day to get their get back.
The Wildcats have won each of the first two. They'll go for the series sweep here tonight. Let's look at our impact players. We start with Utah Tech. Kaylee Borden will call her Kiki tonight, the reigning WAC newcomer of the week last week.
Yeah, Borden's been doing some special things. The transfer from Nevada, she came in here, man, just lit the thing up. She does dominance from three-point range. She's a little pesky, get up some steals as well. She's been doing special things for Utah Tech all season long.
For ACU, Peyton Hull, it's been the Peyton Hull show as of late. Playing great basketball here in the month of February.
Yeah, what can you say bad about Peyton Hull? Like I said, she's a three-level scorer, does everything well for the Wildcats. And she's been doing this time after time in the WAC since she was a freshman, man. Everyone knows who she is. She's been doing these dominant things for a long time, and we'll see what she does tonight for the Wildcats.
We take a look at the updated WAC standings. The Wildcats again in the third place spot, but only a game out of first. Utah Tech in 7th at 3-12. A lot on the line tonight for ACU, and with more on that, we send it to the third member of our team. She's courtside. It's Daisy Strine. Hey, Daisy.
Hey, Andy, thank you. Yeah, let's take a look at what a win would look like for the Wildcats tonight. It would secure their 6th consecutive win over Utah Tech and advance their at-home record to 13-1. You heard me right, 13-1. Let's talk about momentum on the home court right here in Moody Coliseum. It's been strong for the Wildcats, and they're going to want to use that to their advantage tonight. Any win matters here late in the regular season. Andy?
Yeah, thanks, Daisy. The Wildcats, it's been almost 3 weeks since they played here on the home floor. And play really well on the home floor. They'll see a 2-3 zone from the Trailblazers, and Natalia Chavez, the junior, gets it underway. We'll take a look at the Trailblazers starting five. Crittenden, Hartley, Borden, Kofer, and Crocker. Defense to offense. It's Bree Davis. A quick five for the Wildcats.
Yeah, what a great job to come out for ACU, dominating like they always do here at home. A great look for them to start the game.
Of course, ACU averaging on the year 73 points a game, but a season low in points the last time they were in St. George, January 29th. A 54-46 win for ACU. But again, the Utah Tech ladies played great defense in holding ACU to their lowest scoring output of the year. Hartley at the shot clock. It's a air ball and a shot clock violation. 2 early turnovers in the first minute.
Yeah, ACU doing a good job getting in these girls' face for Utah Tech and switching over these screens and everything, communicating. Great job defensively to start the game for the Wildcats.
A look at the Wildcat starters, now the 12th game in a row. Chavez, Woodson, Davis, Hull, and as well as Troxel in that starting lineup. Bree Davis, who's been in double figures each of the last 2 games, already with 5. The first 8 for the home team. Borden a quick trigger, it comes up empty. And Peyton Hall, who's averaging 33 a game in the last 2, misses her first shot of the night. There's a look at J.D. Gustin, the head coach of Utah Tech, his 10th season with the Trailblazers. He is excited about this Utah Tech hot streak that they've been on. 2 wins last week. Wins at home versus UT Arlington, as well as Tarleton State. More defense to offense. Hall the steal. Woodson fouled on the layup. And free throws for the Wildcats. There's a look at Julie Goodenough, her 14th season with ACU. A chance tonight for win number 20 this season. Would be back-to-back seasons for the Wildcats with 20-win seasons. Last year at 22 and 13. And a win tonight. Again, we'll get ACU to win number 20. Woodson, the 5'10 junior. The free throw percentage continues to go up as she's now hit 45 of her last 48 from the free throw line. Good start for ACU tonight.
Yeah, man, they've come out pretty good tonight. Like you can see, this defensive pressure, they're all over Utah Tech today. We'll see how that pans out.
Bree Crittenden downhill, kicks it back out. Borden, it's another air ball, and the shots are off thus far for the Trailblazers. Coach Gustin, in our conversation yesterday, he told me we have to control our emotions tonight. As he said, Moody Coliseum is the toughest place in the WAC to play. Daisy talked about the home record for ACU. Hull short on that three. Good block out by Hartley and a foul here on Chavez. That one loss for the Wildcats, their last time on the home floor. They fell to California Baptist by 3. CBU in first, currently a one-game lead on ACU. They sit at 11-3, Southern Utah at 11-4. ACU at 10-4. Borden, her third opportunity. This one's the front rim. Woodson into the paint. And Hull another three, bounces off. Woodson an offensive rebound. Troxel from the free throw line. The first dozen for the home team and a J.D. Gustin timeout.
Man, ACU has just came out, lights out, especially early here, 12-0 to start the game. It looks like Utah Tech is adjusting a little bit to the big country. You can't be better than proud for ACU.
Wildcats off to a great start. 4 of their first 7. They've got a 12-0 lead here early in Abilene. ACU the first 12 tonight. J.D. Gustin a timeout. 12-0 Wildcats here at Moody Coliseum. Andy Penny alongside Zion Webb. Zion, let's take a look at our Greater Texas Ford dealers' keys to the game.
Yeah, man, for Utah Tech, they got to limit ACU's paint touches, something they haven't done well today, and handle the environment. Not many teams have won here at Moody Coliseum. They got to battle against that to try to win this game tonight. And for ACU, NASCAR transition, man, move all over the place, get down the floor and things like that. And last thing, man, they got to contest every shot, something they've been doing very well against a team that shoots a lot of threes in Utah Tech.
Our Texas Ford dealers' keys to the game. ACU already with 7 points off turnovers, 4 points in transition. And the full court pressure already, Zion, we're seeing it. Julie Goodenough talked about pace tonight. She wants pace. She wants to dictate the tempo. So far, so good.
Yeah, and so far they've been doing that, and you can see that's very successful for them as they're up 12-0 right now.
Full court pressure again here as Hartley has the inbounds pass. Trying to settle the nerves here for a Trailblazer team, again, who had a great week last week. A tough win versus Tarleton State, or versus UT Arlington, then a blowout win versus Tarleton over the weekend. But how can they become consistent in that? Of course, it's a short bench. Injuries have been just such a disaster for the Trailblazers this year. It's a touch for Crocker in the paint, whistle and a travel, and turnover number 4.
Yeah, and those are the things that you definitely want to limit, the things that are in your control, and you don't want to have any wasted trips up on your side of the court.
This is 2-3 zone. Kicked out on the baseline. Wildcats will inbound. Coach Goodenough talked about in that game, they only scored 54 points in St. George. Trailblazers played 2-3 zone in 38 of the 40 minutes. Fall asleep here on the backside block, and an easy layup for Chavez.
Yeah, what a way to score against the zone, catch them while they're lacking, and that's what they did on that inbound. Super easy for Chavez.
Hartley, the WAC leader in assists, runs the show. Borden now top of the key. Slow start shooting tonight. Down the baseline, Kofor gets a step, gets the bounce. Both Chavez and Davis in help fell off to the potential passing lane. And a bucket for Utah Tech to break the scoreless drought. Woodson short on the 3, gets her own. Hull into the paint, has it poked away. It's Crocker able to get a hand on it. First turnover for the Wildcats. And Woodson gets it right back. Of course, ACU lost on Sunday to Southern Utah. It's Crocker a steal. The loss to Southern Utah gives the Thunderbirds the series win versus ACU 2-1 this year, which makes these last 4 all the more important for the Wildcats. They want to win this conference championship. They'll have to finish a game better than Southern Utah here down the stretch. Borden, a fadeaway, left it short again. Davis already with 1-3 tonight. And Crocker's played big here the last few minutes. Another defensive rebound. Borden, the transfer again from Nevada, as Zion talked about. Her lone year here at Utah Tech. Cole for a look at a three. Good box out Davis on the backside.
Yeah, a couple good looks here recently for Utah Tech. They're just not knocking them down, but continue to give this effort on defense. And yeah, you see the foul here, but you don't want to give up a free, easy shot to Peyton Hall. Make her feel your pressure a little bit.
She'll get to the line for the first time here tonight. Extra dribble, the crossover there to get past Crocker. And Borden with the foul. There's a look at Peyton Hull, now the WAC leader in scoring. Over 20 a game in WAC play. She's climbed up to 27th in the country in scoring now. And has just been on fire as of late. This last 7-game stretch, 26.5 over the last 7. Of course, 36 versus Tarleton, 30 on Sunday versus Southern Utah. She'll get a breather. We'll see Jasmine Stone, Amy Flippin for the first time for ACU. We'll see Callan Dallas and Rose Bouillonel for the first time for Utah Tech. This Trailblazer team only with 9 in uniform tonight. Again, just plagued by injuries. No Maddie Warren, no Macy Warren, no Ellie Taylor. All out with season-ending injuries. Hartley fouled on the reverse by Davis. Free throws for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, you know, that's probably not the best shot you want to take in that scenario, but she puts it up. She gets a foul. Hopefully here she can put up some points for her team at the free throw line, because they're definitely going to need them right now.
Hartley, the WAC leader in assists at more than 5 a game. 7.5 points to go with it. Has not done much versus ACU in the 2 meetings. As a matter of fact, the first matchup did not score, did have 7 assists. And put up 10 in the second matchup. It's a 2-for-2 trip. ACU, the first 12 tonight, have not hit a field goal in now more than 2.5 minutes. Troxel, middle of the 2-3 zone. Top of the key, Crocker a 3, got it. Woo! Don't let Crocker fool you, the 6-foot sophomore. The forward, her 26th triple of the year.
Yeah, you don't usually see that, Andy, from a big, but there you go, man. Putting up some Joel Embiid type shots, right?
The high-low, flipping, tough catch. Body's on the floor, we'll have a jump ball. Possession arrow facing the visitors. Look at Crocker there at the 3, top of the key. Quick breathers for Chavez and Hull, right back in. Utah Tech trying to make a run to get back in this thing after the first 12 for ACU. Hartley, right corner. That 3-point shot just leaving it short. Chance to run here, Hull. The trail to Troxel. Hits the 3.
Hey, there you go. One of the best ways to beat the zone. Kicking it out once you get some interior pressure. And there you go, Emma Troxel, man. She's been amazing coming into this role for the Wildcats this season, doing special things, and it's always the right times, the opportunistic moments. She's been doing it well this year.
Emma's been one who's had to carry the load there at the 5, the post position, with the loss of Meredith Mays back in early January. Sometimes the stats don't pop for Emma when you talk points and rebounds, but all the little things that she does to contribute. The up and under, the reverse, and a great start, Lauren Crocker.
Yeah, and do you love that, man? A lot of times people get three happy and want to put up jump shots, but taking a little old school way and kind of bumping her way into the paint and putting up a shot there. What a great job from her.
Crocker only averages 6, already with 5. Pull, the shot fake. The shot is good.
Yeah, and that's just the awareness from one of the best players in the WAC, if not the best player in the WAC, putting up that fake and then draining down that three. Peyton Hall continuing to do what she's been doing a lot here recently.
Well, it's just so hard as a defender. What do you take away from Hull? Do you take away the three-point shot or the drive lane? She'll kick another three, left this one short. And no deflection. Peyton thought there might be a deflection there, but no deflection. They'll leave it short. Here's the one the trip before. This is her 199th of her career.
Man, just look how pure that shot is. It would have been perfect if she hit that second one, what you were saying, Andy, but great job, Peyton Hull.
Hartley in a tough spot. And foul in the open floor. They'll call it on Woodson. Check that. They'll call it on Jasmine Stone. And that's Jazz's second foul. Foul trouble here at the point guard spot. Stone with 2, Davis already with 1 as well. It's a tough defensive matchup with Hartley. So Hartley will attack again. And Borden tied up. Possession this time facing the Wildcats.
Yeah, and a lot of times people see Peyton Hall just scoring all the time. I know it's hard not to just see that, but she does all the little things as well defensively. Man, she's pesky, and just putting her hand on the ball, man, that was able to give the Wildcats another opportunity to go down the floor and score.
Yeah, she's the team leader in steals for ACU. 75 on the year. Chavez already with 1 tonight. That rolls around. Crocker's having a great first quarter. Another defensive rebound. Under a minute here in the first quarter. Hands on the floor, Troxel the steal. Numbers for Hull, she'll attack. Hartley strips it away and it hits Hull's leg on its way out. Two teams will trade turnovers.
Yeah, and although ACU doesn't get to score in that possession, you just love the opportunity that they're putting themselves in the position to win. And they're putting a lot of pressure on the person, bringing the ball up the floor, getting a lot of steals, turning over the ball. That's why they're up 22-9 right now.
So work shot clock again. Bouillonel down to the baseline. To a cutting Kofer with the left hand. Her second bucket of the quarter.
Hey, you love to see it. Putting a lot of pressure on them. All they do is just move the ball around till someone finds their way open. Not looking for the big shot, just the one that's there and getting an easy layup there.
Final possession of the quarter. Troxel can't get it to go. Woodson out to Davis at the horn. And that's the way the first quarter will come to an end. ACU scores the first 12 of the quarter and have been up by double digits the rest of the way. 22-11, doubled up the Wildcats and the Trailblazers. WAC basketball on ESPN+. Beautiful night in Abilene, Texas. Boy, we're pushing 80 degrees in February. What are we doing here at ACU? A 22-11 lead. Andy Penny alongside Zion Webb. We take a look at what Utah Tech has done in their last 5 games. Of course, you're going to be playing your best basketball into February and into March. And, of course, a great stretch here over the course of the last week. Wins versus UTA and Tarleton State. And J.D. Gustin really likes what his team's been doing, continuing to just kind of gel as the injuries, battling through the injuries they've had this year. They've won their last 2 games. For ACU, a little bump in the road this past Sunday, but consistently they've been playing well all season long. That loss at California Baptist, the only home loss of the year. And the good thing for ACU, when you look at their last 4 games, 3 of the last 4 are here at Moody Coliseum.
Yeah, obviously they played pretty well here at home, but California Baptist, man, they're lights out this year. Obviously, like we said, they have Chloe Lehman and a lot of other special players. That loss may prove to be big later down the season, but they get to play them again in a couple of days, so it'll be exciting to see how that game goes.
Utah Valley will be here Saturday, and then CBU is back here a week from tonight. their second trip here to Abilene. Balanced scoring for ACU. Troxel, Chavez, Davis, and Hull, each with 5 points apiece. Throw in 2 by Aaron Woodson. Lauren Crocker, a nice first quarter. She had 5 points, 2 rebounds. It's Hartley downhill, kicks Borden. See if Trailblazers can get Borden going, the WAC newcomer of the week last week. Floater for Crittenden, bounces out. Typically, you see a Utah Tech team that relies on the three-point shot, but they've been very disciplined to put it on the wood and get to the rim tonight. Chavez with space. And ACU's decided to start this second quarter with half-court man-to-man defense. Kofor had 4 points in the first. Lob pass to Crocker over the head.
Yeah, like I said, man, sometimes these little things just add up. When you're down, especially by 11, you try to come into the next quarter, which is the second here, and do something big and try to go out with your best foot forward and just turning over the ball, like you said, controlling the things you can control. You don't want to do that against a Wildcat team that's shooting pretty well here tonight.
Skip pass, Woodson works around a screen all the way under the baseline, steps on the baseline. It's been a stretch here for ACU without a field goal. They're still shooting at 39%, Utah Tech at 31%. Shot clock at 10 for Crittenden. Well, they're really trying to find Crocker down on the low post. 5 on the clock. Kofor rattles home a 3, left corner.
Hey, there you go. And honestly, I look at Hartley for that, man. What a perfect person to put the ball in her hands. Like you said, with all the assists this season, she did a great job of, yeah, it's not working getting it down low. Let me spread the floor and push it out. And they get a 3 there to put some numbers on the board.
Woodson tries to answer. It's front rim. And ACU's gone cold from the floor. Yeah, Hartley demands so much attention, especially up at the top of the key. Woodson now a steal. Crittenden will chase, but let her go, and Aaron finishes with the left hand. That's when Aaron's at her best.
Yeah, man, there you go, man. The defense turning into offense. That's what's been working well for ACU. Continue to keep that going.
Hartley deep on a 3. It will stay with Utah Tech. And look at Aaron Woodson get in the passing lane, get a deflection, and an easy layup.
Yeah, man, those are just the little intangibles that you can't teach. Just fighting over the screens and trying to pick off a pass, getting easy points. That's probably one of those shots I would have missed, though, you know, one of those wide open ones. But she does a good job of getting it down.
I've heard about your intramural game there, Zion. Let's go for a little strong, no good. Davis in transition. Hull into the paint, kicks to Riley Groman, the freshman's first shot tonight. It's a little deep. Woodson tries to keep it alive, but can't do it.
Yeah, and although the ball goes back the other way on the floor, this is what we're talking about, the little things. Aaron Woodson, even though the ball looked like it was about to go their way, finds her way in there to try to get the rebound, and although it goes out of bounds, those are the little things that helps our team all throughout the night.
A whistle here and a charge on Crittenden. Guess who it is? It's the junior Emma Troxel. That's Emma's 20th charge taken this year.
Man, this is deja vu. It seems like she does this every quarter of every game. It seems like all the time she's picking up these charges, and this is what Julie Goodenuff talks about. Her coming in, stepping into that big man role. She's not afraid to step up there, even though sometimes she's a little smaller. Just take the charge, Andy.
You know, I don't think charge is one of those stats that's recorded on the national level, but 20 charges has to be top in the country.
Pretty elite, man, pretty elite.
Most players won't even consider taking 20 charges, much less actually taking the 20 charges. It's the 55th on the year by the team. Now Woodson going to work on the inside. Crittenden on a run out after the make and got it on the other end. Bree Crittenden, the redshirt senior. transfer from Eastern Kentucky. J.D. Gustin calls Crittenden the best defender in the WAC. Hole, left wing, back rim. Woodson chases. They'll say Aaron touched it last. Aaron wants a replay. Aaron wants to challenge. Don't know if Coach Goodenough will take it here. A 10-point lead halfway through the second. This feels like one where if the Trailblazers can make a few shots, they're right back in this thing. ACU looked like they were going to run away with it early. Utah Tech hanging around.
Yeah, man, in the game that we are in now on threes, they could be right back in the game just like that. So for ACU, you're right. They can't let up. They got to continue to try to score here.
Groman, her second three. She hits this one. The freshman with instant offense. The local product from Tuscola. Deep three, Crocker. Out on the baseline, and will go the way of the Wildcats.
Yeah, Andy Groman, man, she's been doing some little things well for the Wildcats as well. We don't always see this freshman coming in, not being afraid to shoot and not second-guessing anything, man. She just puts it up when she gets it, and you can see how that's paying off for ACU.
J.D. Gustin has called his second timeout here, a full timeout. We will take it as well. Halfway through the second quarter. ACU, they've got a 13-point lead. WAC basketball on a Thursday night here in Abilene. And in West Texas, it's a homecoming of sorts tonight for one Utah Tech player. And with more on that, we send it courtside to Daisy Strine. Daisy?
Hey, thanks, Andy. Yeah, Callan Dallas, the 6'1" junior guard for the Trailblazers, holds some special memories here on the court at Moody Coliseum. Her sister, Abby, is a senior at Lubbock Cooper Liberty High School. They won 2 playoff games at Moody just last week. Callan says when she grows up, she would like to become a Division I head women's basketball coach, staying here on the court and currently majoring in exercise science. Andy?
Yeah, good stuff. Of course, Callan played in Lubbock herself. She and her sister were teammates on the high school level, and Callan's senior year at Lubbock Cooper, they made the state championship game. Callan has won, I think, in every gym in Abilene, Texas, every high school, as well as the 2 Division III schools here at McMurray University, Hardin-Simmons University during her high school playing days. Her Lubbock Cooper team was here in Abilene all the time, and her sister, 2 playoff wins last week here at Moody Coliseum for her sister Abby. Still going in the Texas high school playoffs. Davis with the shot clock running down. Leaves that layup off the rim and no good. Borden's been quiet here in the first half. A pull up in transition, and just can't find her shot. She's now 0 for 5 here in the first half.
Yeah, Borden still trying to find her way here tonight. See how she'll bounce back here in the second quarter. I know obviously our coach got to be talking to her, man, this is your game. We can't do anything without you. And imagine if she's been going tonight, what this score would look like.
Team leader in points at 15.5. Last week averaged more than 23. Kofer on a backdoor cut. And Julie Goodenough upset with the half-court defense and an ACU timeout. And I'm telling you, Zion, as ACU scored the first 12, we thought it was going to be a runaway tonight. And since that first 12, we've played even. Utah Tech's just a few shots away from seriously making this even, down 11.
Yeah, like you talked about, man, that zone's been working pretty well down the stretch, and they're getting in the face, helping and doing some little things. On this replay, we can see offensively, they're starting to get things going for Utah Tech, and it starts here with Hartley again because, look, that court vision right there, just finding the cutting man and putting up the shot. They're doing a lot of little things that are starting to pay off for them, and as long as they can quiet down ACU offensively, and once they start getting Borden going, who knows how this game could look.
Kofer now with 9 to lead the way. Hartley 3 assists. Woodson's taken the lead in points for ACU. She has 6 now here in the first half. A trio of players with 5. This 2-3 zone still trying to navigate as ACU on the offensive end. Woodson from the elbow left it short. That's the soft spot of a 2-3 zone, is the free throw line. Unable to make the shot. There is Callan Dallas, the West Texas product out of Lubbock. Where's number 3? She was excited to come home, always is to come to Abilene. Had a chance to talk to her parents prior to the game. Of course, they're always here in support. Woodson defensive rebound, chance to run, numbers 4 on 3. Extra pass to Davis. There's a 3 left side.
Hey, Bree Davis has obviously been great today in this game from 3-point range. It's not something that you always think is in her bag, but she's been doing a great job of knocking them down tonight, and that's what you need, especially fighting against this zone. Putting up those 3-pointers and making them when you're open. That's going to be special, important for ACU to continue to drive this lead going for them and try to get out of here with a win.
Of course, you don't need your point guard to be your primary scorer, and Davis plays the point guard role well. Just averaging 5 points a game, but it's up to 8 over the last 6 games. She's got 8 tonight. Inside, Kofer plays big and a chance for a 3-point play.
Look, man, Kofer is looking at Borden and saying, if you're not going to do it, I'm going to do it. And now she's getting in the paint, putting up some big shots, and an and one for her. Man, she's doing great things for her team today. And if she can continue to go to that free throw line and get those extra buckets after making them in the paint, they could get back in this game, Andy.
This is a sophomore from Eagle, Idaho, now in 12. Scored 18 back in January in St. George. The same matchup. Cut to Woodson. She's fouled. Free throws coming. Bouyanel, the tough foul. As you see Coach Gustin there on the sideline. Stone back in with the 2 fouls. Groman quality minutes off the bench.
And you know, this is an underrated part of her game. Like you were talking about earlier, man, hitting these free throws, this is important, especially down the stretch. You don't know how these games are going to end up playing out, and free throws might be the thing that wins you the game. So her, Aaron Woodson, doing these things from the free throw line, man, that's big time.
47 of her last 50, 94%. It's over a stretch of 12 games now. She's been to the free throw line 120 times this year. Stone, the defensive assignment on Hartley. Pick and roll top of the key. Skip past Bouyanel in the corner. Got it to go.
Hey, there you go. Way to bounce back after giving ACU 2 with that foul. She goes down the court and gets a bonus one with that 3-pointer.
Woodson picked from behind. Crittenden into the hands of Troxel. A jump ball. Will stay with ACU. 18 on the shot clock. Of course, the Trailblazers currently in the 7th place spot in the standings. A chance to catch UT Arlington is just a game ahead. Only 3 games remaining for Utah Tech, including tonight. Of course, ACU with 4 remaining. Woodson starting to feel it. She's into double figures.
And there you go. Look at a selfless player in Peyton Hall. Yes, she's not scored a whole bunch tonight, but look, she passes it out and looks for the open 3. And there you go, puts up another big one. As of course, Utah Tech goes down the floor and scores their own.
Callan Dallas in the corner, her first 3 tonight. 2 teams trade triples the last 2 possessions. It's Callan's 21st 3 of the year.
And do you think her sister's watching her tonight?
Absolutely. Woodson tries back-to-back trips. And Stone will keep it in, but Dallas collects. And she's prepping for that high school playoff game tomorrow night down here in the Abilene area again. Hartley contact, they'll call it on Troxel. And a little hip check out at the perimeter.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're playing a guard that moves so much like Hartley. Man, she's all over the place. She's small sometimes, hard to figure out where she is, moving all over the place. And sometimes you give up those fouls, and we'll reset things and see what happens on this possession for Utah Tech.
Only the 2nd team foul of the quarter. Nowhere close to bonus situation for either team. Borden gets a too high screen. Crocker works downhill. Out to Crittenden. Whistle and another block. The second Troxel foul on this possession. That's her second. Emma will get a breather. Natalia Chavez come in the last minute 19. Crocker, contact, missed the first, not the second. Woodson went for the charge and did not get the call. Stone, a kick to Groman. Already 1-3 tonight, make it 2.
Look, I tell you, when ACU keeps their head on a swivel and they continue to try to bounce there in the paint and then dish it out, they're getting a lot of good open looks from three-point range. And like you can see, Utah Tech copying exactly what the Wildcats do and getting the 3 of their own.
They matched their 5th of the night. ACU 8 for 21. 8 threes. And Utah Tech has matched. Outscored the Wildcats here in the quarter. Woodson left this one well short.
Yeah, you know, and that's kind of one of those things I do want to see better from the Wildcats. They are, like you said, in that zone. That's sometimes the special love spot for when you want to score offensively is right there in the painted area at the free throw line. Being able to hit those shots, man, they bricked a couple of them, and obviously air ball there. They're going to need that shot, especially now that Utah Tech is just 8 points away, Andy.
So a deflection on the Trailblazers. Possession with the Wildcats, just 10 on the shot clock. Hull downhill. A lot of contact and free throws for Peyton.
Yeah, and you love that for Peyton, man. The mindset that you're just going to go in there and score. And obviously, Utah Tech, they send help. They get the foul, and she's right there. She knows what's going on. She knows they're about to come and attack her. She goes up, and now she's at the free throw line, and she's going to do the second part of her job, hitting these free throws. Hopefully the second one she gets.
Give you the broadcaster jinx on that first one. Second one is up and good. Shot clock is off. Final possession of the first half. Borden the screen, top of the key, 8 on the clock. Pick and roll to Crocker. Goes to work on Woodson, left it short. And Stone will dribble out the final seconds. And that's how the first half comes to an end. ACU a 9-point lead, but Utah Tech tried to stay in this thing. They've hit 5 of their last 7. They are 5 of 14 from 3. ACU is 8 for 21 from 3. Aaron Woodson leads the way with 11 first half points. 41-32, the Wildcats, the 9-point lead here at Moody Coliseum. Julie Goodenough is courtside with Daisy Shrine. Daisy, it's all yours.
Hey, Coach, Emma Troxel leading the way. She's very aggressive against this team. We see that a lot from her. Are you expecting to see that in the second half with your team?
I sure hope so. We really need to get the ball in her hands more. I think we've missed her a lot in the paint. You know, they're going to sit in that zone, I guess, all night, and we've got to get the ball in the paint. And Emma is doing a good job getting open for us.
Absolutely, a consistent lead throughout the first half. How are you expecting to continue that here in the second?
I think we've got to play together as a team. Definitely, we've had some lapses on defense because we're not working together. That's what we're going to talk about. Just get back to playing team basketball.
Thanks, Coach. Andy, we'll send it back over to you.
Thank you, Daisy. 41-32, ACU a 9-point lead. Madison O'Shields and Josiah Wanell, they are upstairs. They'll have your halftime report. It's WAC basketball. It's on ESPN+.
Hello and welcome upstairs to the halftime show. I'm your host, Madison O'Shields, here alongside Josiah Wanell. Josiah, ACU off to a hot start here in this first 20 minutes. What did you see?
Yeah, they got off to a really hot start right out of the gate. 12 straight points for them. But then it kind of became more even throughout the rest of this first half. Now it's a little bit more even. We have a 9-point game.
Yeah, as you said, ACU started the game with a 12-0 run as we take a look at our first half stats. Josiah, How about Erin Woodson? 11 points, 8 rebounds for her in that first half.
Yeah, almost a double-double for her. She didn't quite get there in the rebound category. It's going back to the Bella Earl days in terms of what she is doing on the court right now, but she's not just scoring, she's not just rebounding. She also has 4 assists, as you can see right there. But don't stay away from the other options on Utah Tech. It is going to be a really interesting second half to see how those 2 gals step up as well.
Yeah, and for the Trailblazers, Kaylee Borden, who has been excellent for them in these past few games, has 0 points, not even playing in the game. As we take a look at some replays from the first half, ACU getting a lot of different offensive looks. 5 players for the Wildcats have 5 or more points. Josiah, what do you see?
Yeah, again, that start was the big one for ACU. That's literally the difference right now. A 12-0 start, a 9-point difference right now is the difference. 22-11 in that first quarter. ACU got off to a really hot start, forcing turnovers. 4 turnovers for Utah Tech before they scored. That put ACU in a great position. Now they still have the lead, but they've given up a little bit of leeway. Utah Tech is right on their tails.
Absolutely. Josiah, Utah Tech is 0-7 on the road this season. What's going to be key for them to stay in this game?
Keep shooting. They're shooting more efficiently than ACU right now. It's just protect the ball. Make sure you take care of the rock.
And for ACU, what do they need to do to maintain the lead?
It's just going to be make sure you shut the door. You have the lead right now. Keep doing what's working. Feed Erin Woodson. She's having a great game. You got to maintain that throughout the rest of the second half. You got to shut the door before Utah Tech creeps up and enters in.
Absolutely. Well, that'll do it with us here at the desk for the halftime show. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back after this.
And welcome you back to Abilene, Texas. We get ready to start the second half. ACU a 9-point lead here at 41-32. 8 3-point shots in that first half for the Wildcats. Andy Penny alongside Zion Webb. Zion, we played even for the last 18 minutes. The first 2 really the difference. ACU scored the first 12, and they've held Utah Tech to an arm's length the entire first half.
Yeah, man, that's a little bit of that home court advantage, coming out big and strong like they always do here in Moody. But like you said, Utah Tech, they're definitely getting a coach up from Coach Gustin that's telling them, man, you got to get back into things, man. You got to be confident. You're holding this ACU squad to some numbers they're not trying to get to. Continue to fight on that zone. That'll be big time for them.
As we take a look at our halftime adjustments here, our Anthony Chiropractic and Wellness halftime adjustments. For Utah Tech, they got to get Kiki Borden going. Ofer in the first half did not score. Turnovers not bad. They did have 10. ACU turned that into 13 points off of those turnovers. For ACU, you heard Julie Goodenough talk about, if we're going to beat this zone, we got to make shots around the free throw line and inside the paint. More paint touches, that mid-range shot's got to go.
Yeah, man, like I said just a little bit earlier, if they start to hit them shots, this lead could have got a little wider. They've been having a lot of shots in the paint. And Utah Tech, man, if Borden was going in this game, who knows what it would look like. I know in this second half we're going to see some fire in her eyes and try to score for her team.
Erin Woodson, a stat filler in that first half. 11 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. She leads the Wildcats in scoring. Paige Kofer with 12 in the first half, 5 of 7 from the field. And Borden, there it is, right on cue. Her first bucket of the night comes on the first possession of the second half.
Man, she must have been listening, Andy. Goes right to start the second half, puts her head down, and goes and scores some points for her teams. And, man, like you said, especially after that big start from ACU, it's just been getting closer and closer for Utah Tech. They're definitely in this thing if they continue to do things like that.
This is the closest that Utah Tech has been throughout after falling behind 12-0. Borden, quick 5 here to start the second half. And Julie Goodenough wants a timeout. Unhappy with the defense. The Trailblazers are within 4. It took all of 45 seconds to trim the lead down to 4. Kiki Borden's got 5 to start the second half. It's a 4-point game here in Abilene.
At New Horizons, we believe every child deserves someone to believe.
Kiki Borden, a quick 5. It's a 4-point ACU lead. This is the closest Utah Tech has been since the start. For the Wildcats, a lot on the line with 4 games remaining. We take a look at the top 3 teams. California Baptist, a 1-game lead on ACU, a half-game lead on Southern Utah. This is going to be a fun stretch as we come down CBU, Southern Utah, and ACU.
Yeah, man, these teams at the top of the WAC, they're super close, and that's what makes it so fun. California Baptist coming here in Moody and giving ACU their first loss here at home. This is special. This top of the WAC, and obviously, like you know, Southern Utah owning that tiebreaker against ACU, they may become fans of whoever they're going against down the stretch. It'll be exciting to see how the WAC pans out this season.
Of course, want to win the conference championship outright regular season, but each of the top 2 teams get double byes all the way to the semifinals in the WAC tournament in Las Vegas in 2 weeks. The shot by Hull, blocked by Crocker. And Hartley fouled in the open floor by Davis. Yeah, if you can be one of the top 2 seeds, you only have to win 2 games to win the conference tournament. If you're the number 3 seed, you have to win 3 games. That's huge. 3 games in 3 days versus 2 games in 2 days. A lot on the line these last 2. Borden into the paint. Goes to work with Chavez. Kicks out to Kofer. Kofer downhill with a spin. Hartley with 5 on the clock. Down the baseline. Challenged by Davis. Good defense by Bree.
Yeah, every time ACU gets folks late in the shot clock, it seems like good things happen. And for ACU, bouncing back after Utah Tech started early in this second half, scoring a couple buckets.
Entry pass, Woodson, her 5th assist. Troxel able to finish. Troxel's now up to 7 here tonight. Woodson with 11, Davis with 8. Troxel now 7, Hull 6, Chavez 5. Borden one-on-one with Chavez again. Contact, late whistle, charge call. It came late with the contact with, I believe it's Woodson who takes the charge this time, but a late whistle, second charge of the night by the Wildcats.
And there you go, Woodson being a fan of Emma Troxel, taking the charge there when you know Borden trying to be aggressive and put up some points. She came out early in this second half with a couple of buckets. There you go, way to switch the floor for yourselves if you're ACU.
Chavez, the floater. It will stay with the Wildcats. Talked to J.D. Gustin again yesterday just about having to play everybody 3 times. Of course, ACU, the first time they played, won by 30 as Woodson inside the defense. ACU won by 30 in the first matchup. It was down to 8 in the second matchup. I said, how do you strategize for a team a 3rd time you play them? He said, I think the scoring margins are just going to get tighter and tighter as we see each other more often. The familiarity with players, personnels, rotations, offensive sets. And here's Utah Tech hanging in tonight. Chavez a 3 though, left wing. ACU stays hot, their 9th 3 here tonight.
Yeah, and you like Chavez, her approach earlier in the game, a couple threes that didn't go her way. Just continue to trust her stuff, man. She knows what she does early in the wee hours when we're all sleeping in bed. And Emma, Chavez is doing a great job today of just putting up those 3-pointers and helping her team in the ways that she can.
Her second 3 tonight, a J.D. Gustin timeout. As a quick 5-0 run by the Wildcats pushed it back up here to double digits at 48-37. We'll take our second timeout of the quarter. ACU 48-37 here in Abilene. It's a 7-0 Wildcat run. The lead is pushed back up to double digits at 48-37. We take a look around the WAC. 2 games tonight both in Texas. California Baptist off to a nice start. The first place team, Lancers, a 14-point lead in Arlington. Utah Valley and Tarleton State just tipping off. That's a game for seeding in the middle of the conference standings. Southern Utah has the night off tonight. So keeping an eye on both this one and CBU. The 7-0 run again has pushed the lead back just when Utah Tech gets back within 4. Wildcats push it back to 11. Borden scored the first 5 of the second half, has not taken a shot since. deflection by Hull. 13 on the clock for Utah Tech.
Yeah, both teams stepping up defensively here, making the other squad uncomfortable. Like you saw, Payne Hall getting hands on things.
Amy flipping back on the floor for ACU. The sophomore wears number 41. It's downhill and a kick, Crittenden from the right wing. And another board here, Aaron Woodson. Woodson closing in on a double-double. Hall's been quiet offensively tonight against this zone. 6 points for Peyton. Troxel a three, left wing. Flippins the offensive rebound. A whistle and a jump ball. Possession will stay here with the Wildcats. Amy coming off her best game of the year Sunday versus Southern Utah. Had 5 points, season high. She played 16 minutes. 5.6 rebounds. Of course, no Meredith Mays in the lineup. I've not seen Emma Doherty in the lineup for about the last 3 weeks. But the sophomore Flippin has come in and played quality minutes.
Yeah, and obviously, you know that energy is unmatched and why a lot of folks in the big country love her. And once she starts doing things like that, like you said, get going a little bit on those rebounds, especially on their side of the floor, man, that could be big for her and get her some extra minutes going down the stretch of WAC play.
Local products who committed to ACU early in the recruiting portion of her high school career. Turnover here by the Wildcats. That last rebound by Woodson did put her into a double-double, 13 points, 10 rebounds. Already with 5 assists, too. Might be in triple-double status before it's all said and done. Foul here on Davis. That's her third. She's the first Wildcat with 3 fouls. Foul trouble at the point guard spot. Davis with 3. Stone, who just checked in, already with 2. Bouillonel back on the floor. Works on Flippin. Backdoor cut. Dallas can't make the catch. It's a turnover.
Yeah, these are the time for Utah Tech. Something that they were not doing was turning over the ball when they had their streak going. Just continue to try to put up some baskets, man, and score a couple of times. Get back into this game. Only down by 11. We'll see how that plays out.
Alan Dallas talked Coach Gustin into a challenge here. The call was given to ACU. Here's a look at that backdoor cut again and who touched it last on the baseline. Callan convinced Coach Gustin to make the challenge. I don't see anything there that could potentially review that. Woodson does get a deflection, but almost feel like Dallas got a touch on it too.
Yeah, it looks pretty clear to me that it's off Utah Tech, but maybe it's just the wrong angle, Andy. Maybe we need to see another angle, see what it looks like. See what Gustin was looking at when he called that challenge.
Another extended timeout, already with extended timeouts here in this quarter. Of course, Utah Tech, their last trip to Texas as a member of the WAC. This is the last time they will be here. They're on their way to the Big Sky Conference next year. Take one more look at that replay, another angle. What's in a deflection? The question is, does Dallas touch it on its way out? The call with ACU, is there enough to overturn the call?
Well, if anything, this challenge gives them the opportunity to reset, kind of talk over things and see how they're going to approach this rest of the third quarter into the fourth quarter. Obviously, they've been turning over the ball a little bit here late, get back to the way that they opened up the quarter. Maybe get Borden going just a little bit, and Kofer and all the girls that have been doing special things for them today. We'll see how they come out of this, even if this call doesn't go their way. And obviously, you know Coach Goodenough is saying her defense as well and what she's trying to tell her folks. So we'll see how both of these teams come out of this and obviously see which way this lead goes. Utah Tech's been doing a really good job at getting back into this game.
A lengthy conversation continues with our officiating crew. And we'll get the call. The call was not overturned. So the unsuccessful challenge cost Utah Tech a timeout. ACU will get possession of the basketball. ACU the first 12 tonight. We've played even ever since. Stone a three right side, too strong. ACU's largest lead tonight was at 14. That was early at 16-2. Trailblazers cut it to 4 here early in this third quarter, but ACU on this run. It's a scoring drought of almost 5 minutes now for Utah Tech. Hull works on Crittenden, gets into the paint, the spin. Whoa, that's all sorts of class, Peyton Hull.
Man, that's special, and that's what makes her so special. I talked about every level she can score, and that's what makes her so dominant, man. You never know what she's going to do, and there, like you saw, a little bit of a spin move like Kareem Olajuwon just doing some special things in the paint.
I think us here in Abilene, they're early in this season, we felt like, boy, she's really struggling. She was still scoring 16, 17, 18 points a game, but I think what we knew she could do, and we've seen that the last 3 weeks, is averaging 26 and a half on the stretch of the last 7 games. Woodson fouled by Dallas, and more free throws here for the junior. And this is where Erin Woodson is at her best, transition in the one-on-one.
Yeah, you talk to Julie, obviously, we all think that this is a three-point team and that's their dominant factor, but Julie Goodenough will say, no, man, we're trying to attack the basket, man. We're going to the paint. Even if it's guards, the small folks on our team, we're trying to get there, and obviously it's been paying off very often for the Wildcats.
1-for-2 trip this time for Erin. ACU 8 for 10 from the line as a team. And the lead is swelled again to the largest of the night, and an offensive foul, Bouillonel. A handoff and then a screen, but a little bit of a shoulder check on Woodson.
Hey, but look, you like them trying things, man. Those screens, obviously, it just came at the wrong time and a little bit of extra oomph into it and things like that. But you love them trying these screens outside of the arc to get things going. And obviously, we want to see the way they come out in this second half offensively. We haven't been able to quite see that very much yet.
Skip pass. Corner, Chavez, her third triple tonight. That's the X factor coming down the stretch for ACU. Can Chavez hit some threes to extend some defense? Hartley out of control, a Wildcat foul. They'll call it on Stone.
Yeah, and that's what's so unique about this Wildcat squad. Every couple minutes, it's another score. And like you said, there's folks off the bench, there's folks in the starting lineup that always continue to come at the opportunistic moments. And Chavez, we've seen she's been struggling kind of iffy recently, but today she's kind of making an effort that I'm going to put up the three ball. And if I hit it, I hit it. If I don't, I don't. But I'm trying to help my team win today.
Her 12th double-figure game of the year. Had only scored in double figures 1 of the last 6. But now with 11 tonight, courtesy of 3 3-point shots. Part of that 11 points. Deep three here, Crocker. She knew that was in right when it left the hand.
It's just pure, Andy. Pure, man. One of the best three-pointers I've seen from a center here in the WAC. Obviously, she's doing a great job tonight, doing good things for her team. And she's got the reason why they're in this game, one of the big reasons why she's in this game for Utah Tech.
And now the block on the other end, but the outlet pass deflected, stolen right back to the Wildcats. Chavez already with 3 tonight. Stone had the board ripped away by Crocker. And one of the very few chances to run for Utah Tech. Crittenden short on the 3 in the trail. Boy, Julie Goodenough is very adamant about half-court offense, running the set. Flipping a touch. She'll shoot it from 17. A little strong.
You don't see that every day, Andy. I like that approach, though. We talked about shooting the ball at the free throw line. If they're going to give it to you, man, put up the shot.
Crittenden hits this three, and it's back-to-back trips. Crocker a three, Crittenden a three.
Yeah, we talked about how this Utah Tech team likes to shoot the three. And why would you not, man? It gets a little addictive once you start hitting them. They're staying in this game because of the three ball, and every time ACU tries to go on a run, it looks like they continue to try to bounce back, and they start hitting a couple shots, start getting a couple turnovers. They're doing a good job right now shooting the three ball.
Heat check, Borden, right side, another three. And the 17-point lead is down to 8 with 3 threes on the last 4 possessions. And just when you think ACU might run away with it, Crittenden a three, Borden follows with a three. It's back to a single-digit game at 54-46.
Yeah, we talked about it. This team just does not let up, and the three ball is going well for them right now. That's the thing what you cannot do is let them shoot open threes. You got Borden starting to get going again, and everyone on their squad doing a great job tonight, putting up those three balls and not getting too anxious that the score is getting out of hand. They get back into the game every time.
So 54-46. Of course, Peyton Hall, we've talked about what she's done. There's a look at those last 7 games. 26.5 a game, shooting over 50%. This is a tough matchup for Peyton with this 2-3 zone. And, of course, she's at the top of the scouting report. So just 8 points thus far, but still a minute and a half to go here in this third quarter of play. Peyton, the leading scorer in the WAC, just shy of 20 points a game. She's averaging 20+ in WAC games.
Yeah, and if you're Utah Tech, that's definitely one of the things that you're circling, man. What are we doing well tonight, and how can you try to beat the Wildcats? What they did today against Peyton Hall, man, they're doing a pretty good job. But talk about someone that's built for this. Talk about someone that's going to bounce back after this. Peyton Hall is not worried about this. She's one of those special players, good enough will tell you, that can bounce back from anything.
So 9-0 run with those 3 threes. Troxel is back in here for Flippin. Woodson, room for a three, left side. It's turned into a 3-point shooting contest.
Good enough said. She wants to come into the second half playing team basketball, and that's exactly what happened on that last possession. How many passes did we see look like they're playing hot potato, just throwing the ball all over the place until they find the wide open three in the corner?
Kofer takes a tough foul by Groman. The shot fake. Looks like got hit up on the forehead or the top of the head as Groman flew by. She's back on her feet. She's to the free throw line.
You know, I would say something about free throws right now, but
we've seen how that plays out. It's Kofer at the line. Leads away with 15. She likes playing ACU. Another look, that hard foul. Oh, yeah. Looked like the elbow or the forehead right on the top of the head of Kofer. We've already surpassed the score in St. George, 54-46. We've done it in less than 3 quarters tonight. Woodson with space down the baseline. Chavez, short this time. It's ACU the 11 threes tonight. They're closing in on season high, 12. They hit 12 versus UT Rio Grande Valley early in the year. That's the season high. 11 here through 3 quarters. Hartley with the lane. Davis the block. Shot clock is off. Final possession for ACU. We've played an even 16-16 here in the third. Hartley the pick from behind. Borden the lead pass into the hands of Kofer with 4 on the clock. Borden, third three of the quarter. Momentum for the Trailblazers as the third quarter comes to an end. Hartley the steal, Borden the three. It's a 6-point game with 10 minutes left.
This is what we talk about. You're never out of the game when you're hitting three-pointers like that. Borden coming up big time in the perfect moment for her squad.
Well, Utah Tech gets hot from the three-point line there in the last few minutes. What was a 17-point ACU lead is down to 6. We got 10 minutes left on the clock for the Wildcats. Let's sit at courtside. Daisy Strine with more on tonight's game. Daisy?
Hey, Andy, thanks. As the score gets closer, a player we can look at is Emma Truxell. She's been consistent for the Wildcats. The junior forward has just 7 points tonight, but it's her effort that stands out, leading the Wildcats with, as you said, 20 charges taken this season. She's been aggressive on both ends of the floor tonight and is constantly moving without the ball, finding ways to get open offensively. As Coach mentioned at half, she is going to be crucial at the end of this one. As it gets closer and closer, it's her energy and her hustle. Andy?
Yeah, thanks, Daisy. She has 7 points tonight. 7 points, 4 rebounds. Erin Woodson, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. She and Peyton Hull both with 5 assists apiece. Davis had a chance for the turnover there, but through her hands, it will stay with Utah Tech. Borden finally able to get hot there in the third quarter after a scoreless first half. Now a steal. It's Troxel to lead the break. Jump stop, missed the shot. Hull the rebound. Crocker challenged and missed. Woodson has it. Aaron back to the free throw line.
Man, this game is starting to get gritty, man. I'm telling you, both of these teams want to win this one. You can tell from the attitude, the energy they're bringing in the paint all over the place. Folks all on top of each other. We've seen a couple of fouls in this game. Both of these teams are hungry and fighting for this one. And like you said, man, that 12-0 run start for ACU, it quickly went away, and now it's just a 6-point game.
Yeah. ACU's led wire to wire, but over the course, since those first 2.5 minutes, Utah Tech has outscored the Wildcats. But ACU has kept the Trailblazers at arm's length. Closest it's been is 4. That was early in the third. Currently sits at 7. Crocker, pass left, it's Crittenden. Lost her footing, keeps the dribble. 5 on the shot clock. Entry pass, they'll call a foul on Woodson, a hold on Crocker. Her second. No major foul trouble. Kofer has 3 for Utah Tech. Davis has 3 for ACU, but that's it. Kofer on the inbounds. A spin in the paint. Too deep under the basket. Hull, 3 in transition. Her second tonight. 200th of her career, Peyton Hull.
And what did we talk about? Peyton Hull, one of those players. It doesn't matter what's been happening all game. When the moment comes to me, I'm going to dominate it. I'm going to show up for my Wildcat squad, and that three-pointer might be big down the stretch in this game.
Hartley, her 7th assist, this time to Crocker. Peyton plays her 80th game tonight in an ACU uniform. She's been in double figures 74 of the 80. 4 of those 30 plus, including the last 2. Back-to-back trips, too strong this time. Deflection and a steal. 2 on 2. The step through, Crocker, the block, but a foul call, and Peyton to the free throw line.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Peyton Hall, man, that looked like an easy bucket on the other side of the floor. Peyton Hall jumps up, gets up super high. We wonder what that burp was for Peyton Hall, but seriously, man, she gets that steal, goes the other way on the floor, gets the foul. I'm telling you, it's not always what you see in the point side, man, for Peyton Hall. She does a lot of the small things for the Wildcats, and you see why Good Enough loves Peyton Hall here in a Wildcat uniform.
And before the end of the night, it's crazy. It's been like this all year. We've seen those nights where we thought she struggled. Then you look at the stat sheet, oh, she had 17. It's those type of nights Score's going to score. Herman Boone said it best, and remember the Titans. Just like Novocaine, just give it time. It always works. 2-for-2 trip, it's a 10-point lead. Crocker, she's hit one top of the key. She'll hit one from the corner.
She cannot miss from three-point range, man. She's doing some great things for her team. She's one of these big folks in the WAC that you got to be careful of, because once they get going from the outside, man, how do you stop her, Andy? She can score from all levels.
It's a new career high for Crocker. Possession stay here with ACU. Crocker, the transfer from Utah State. Season high, career high of 13. She surpassed that now tonight. Third three of the night, she's got 15.
Yeah, and I just love the fact that her eyes, man, she never double clutches. She just goes, man, and that's what you want from your squad, especially folks shooting three balls. Don't think about it too much. Just shoot it, and she's doing a good job of that today.
Foul here, Chavez. Kofor had the defensive rebound. And Zion, we've got plenty of time left, 7 minutes left, but Utah Tech has not been able to get over the hump. They've stayed on the hip of ACU, but not able to get over the hump. A travel here on Hartley, and right on cue, a turnover, a chance to chip into a 7-point deficit, and a turnover by Hartley.
Yeah, like you said, obviously you want them to limit a lot of these turnovers for Utah Tech. That's a big factor in this game. But like you said, man, come on. It's the things that you can control. It seems like every time they go down the floor when they're going, something happens that messes them up. And maybe you got to give credit to ACU because they're doing a good job at stopping them as well.
Crocker now the steal. Outlet to Borden, blocked by Hull. 4-on-2 for the Wildcats. Stone in transition. Whistle, though, away from the ball. A charge call here on Hull as Hartley takes the charge in transition.
Hey, man, if you're Peyton Hall, you get that call. Go get a charge on the other side. Who cares, man? That block was electric. And like I said, I'll continue to say it until I sound like a broken record. Peyton Hall does all the little things correctly. And you don't often see a guard getting blocks up in the paint, especially the women's side. Peyton Hall, she's doing a great job tonight at doing the little things, even if she's not scoring at times.
Charge on Hull, just her first personal. Borden, left wing, got it again. Back to a 4-point deficit.
And that's what's scary, man. The great players with that mindset, the Kobe mentality, man. I know how hard I work. I'm not passing the ball, man. If I get it, no matter how many times I miss, I'm going to continue going. And she's been a great effort for them getting into 4 points in this second half. Borden doing a good job of bouncing back.
Troxel will attack. Challenges Crocker, too strong. Woodson another rebound, has it stripped away, a late whistle and a foul.
I'm telling you, man, it's getting a little hot in here, Andy, a little chippy, man. Down the stretch, we've seen a lot of fouls. Both of these teams bringing the heart, and I love this. And you talk about how toxic it is playing 3 times in the WAC, and obviously this is a super close game. And at one point, you won't believe, ACU faced this team and beat them by 30 points. But, man, this is why the WAC is so great this year. You have no idea what's going to happen on any given night.
It's triple round robin schedule. You know every set, you know every play, and it's just a matter of grit and determination and making more plays than your opponents. Troxel here will draw the foul. Free throws for Emma.
And there you go, Emma Troxel. That's a name that Daisy let us know of a little earlier. Emma Troxel, although sometimes she gets quiet in the scoring realm, continuing to, when time matters, go to the free throw line and try to knock some down for her squad.
They'll call the foul on Kofor on a reach, not on Crocker. And that's Kofor's 4th. ACU is 12 of 15 at the line tonight. Utah Tech 5 for 5. Dallas back in for Kofor with the 4 fouls. The lead at 6, 5.5 to go. Borden on a clear out right side. Woodson cuts her off. Under 10. Crittenden downhill. Almost lost the pivot foot. Borden in desperation. Crocker saves it in, but right to Woodson. And a slap of the hand on Crittenden. And it's bonus free throws the rest of the way on team foul number 5. Call this foul on Hartley on the foul. Thought it was Crittenden, but they called it on Hartley. Aaron Woodson a chance to get into 20-point range. He's scored 24 times this year. And she'll do it with the 2-for-2 free throw trip. 8 for 10, part of her 20 points tonight.
Andy, it's crazy, man. I was thinking, as long as I shut up, man, people will just 100% from free throw line, man.
And now a steal and a layup. Truxell to Hull, junior to junior. And just like that, the lead back to double figures.
And what is it? It's those turnovers, defense turning into offense for ACU. Can't give up this open 3.
Strong this time. And Coach Goodenough says, let's take some time. A technical foul call here, I believe, on Coach Gustin. And that will play to the advantage of ACU. Troxell the steal, Hull the layup. ACU a 10-point lead halfway through the 4th in Abilene.
Expressing our mission.
Another beautiful look. Moody Coliseum, less than 5 to go here tonight. For the second time, Utah Tech gets within 4. And for the second time, Zion, ACU has responded. A 6-0 run. They pushed it back to 10.
Yeah, ACU, obviously, like we can see, points on the paint. But Utah Tech, you'll be surprised how close some of these numbers are. And you see Kofor there, but for Borden, you will not believe the fact down, seeing the way that she looks at that rim and how excited she is to put up some shots. She started 0 for 4 tonight in this game, able to just come back, continue to work things out. I'm telling you, this Utah Tech team can be scary down the stretch, and you can see why they're on a 2-game winning streak. They're really digging deep, man. They know that this is it, the last time in the WAC before they leave to go over to the Big Sky, man. They're really digging deep here today.
A technical foul on J.D. Gustin just prior to the timeout. So Peyton Hull at the line to shoot the 2 free throws. ACU in the bonus the rest of the way. Every Utah Tech foul will be free throws for the Wildcats. Peyton a 1 for 2 trip. ACU, the 12 three-pointers made tonight, matches again a season high. They did that versus UTRGV back in November. 19 Utah Tech turnovers compared to ACU's 10. ACU's only had 1 game all year they've had more turnovers than their opponent. Chavez all the way down, bounces out. Hartley in a hurry. Possessions at a premium as we'll get down to 4 minutes remaining. Crittenden gets some space on the spin and the layup to go.
There you go. Every time you think they're out of the game, they get back with a shot to put them back in it, man. I'm telling you, they're doing a good job, man, today. I love what I'm seeing from Utah Tech. Never giving up, continuing to fight.
Crittenden with 10. There's 4 Trailblazers in double figures. AC with 3 in double figures. Troxell, though, with 9. Troxell saves it in, but into the hands of Dallas. Crittenden challenges Davis. Got it to go. Whistle and a foul. Chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, and you just love that attitude. Putting your shoulder down, man, just driving to the paint. And who would have expected this today? Like you said, all these folks for Utah Tech in double figures against one of the best defensive squads in the WAC. They're doing a great job of chipping back into this game. And like you said, there's 3 minutes left in this game. We'll see how it pans out. But you definitely got to be proud if you're Coach Gustin the way that these girls fought today.
Crocker 15, Borden 14, Kofor 14, Crittenden now 13. Woodson with 20, Hull now 16, Chavez 11, Troxell 9, Davis 8. A Shuffle of the feet and the Davis travel. And again, Utah Tech a chance to pull within 4, or maybe closer. Behind the defense, Crocker missed the layup. But a turnover in transition. Borden, 3, left it short. 2 good looks to chip into a 6-point deficit. Missed them both.
Yeah, and that's that just biting yourself in the foot, cherry picking and missing the layup, then getting a wide open 3 from the best 3-pointer on the squad. Obviously, ACU was wondering if there was a foul being called, so maybe it's just the basketball gods paying them off. You know what I'm saying, Andy?
Chavez past the hole, down the baseline. Extra pass, Davis. Woodson. The shot clock running thin. Chavez, an offensive rebound. Chance to run more clock. So we go under 2.5. Already under 10 on the reset of the shot clock. Woodson will try again. Left corner, got it to go.
Man, and how important is it to rebound the basketball? And when Chavez is not hitting threes, getting those rebounds, dishing it back out, a couple extra passes pays off for the Wildcats as they get a 3.
Borden, a push on Woodson, missed the shot. And now, if you're the Wildcats, shorten the game by eating some shot clock. Shot clock hits 10 again. Davis with a screen going left. Finds Troxel. Works on Crocker and a late Crocker foul. Emma Troxel to the line.
I always say, it's always the times that you need her. She comes up big in the clutch. And obviously she has to do the rest of the job hitting these free throws, but she's doing a great job at doing what she needs to do when ACU needs her.
Here's a look at ACU's upcoming schedule. Next 2 at home. Utah Valley here Saturday. The big game with CBU next Thursday. A road trip to Arlington to wrap up the regular season. ACU 1 game behind CBU to start the night. Southern Utah a half-game lead on the Wildcats as well. Borden, quick 3, missed it. And now with a 10-point lead, Wildcats can run this under a minute. And a Crittenden foul. Starting to shape up like the 20th win of the season for ACU.
Yeah, and you just love the way that they bounce back against adversity. I know we talked about it, but 3 games, man, that's hard. Playing anybody 3 times over and over, especially in the game of basketball, man, it's just toxic the way that these teams have to go against each other. But the way that they fought tonight, you got to be impressed.
What's crazy, Zion, is 2 weeks from now in Las Vegas, these teams will be playing each other for a 4th time with a ticket to the NCAA tournament on the line. Las Vegas, it's going to be fun here in 2 weeks.
Insane numbers, man. Got to tune in. Andy, I heard that you're going to be on the call for the Wildcats.
I will be in Las Vegas in 2 weeks. The finale of the Western Athletic Conference tournament. Under a minute with a 12-point ACU lead. Hartley and a late foul on Troxel. And we'll send Hartley to the line for some free throws. The WAC leader in assists, Chardonnay Hartley, with 7 tonight. She'll stay on top of that category. Utah Tech will be a tough out in Las Vegas. Well, it's been a tough year with injuries and such, but it will be a tough out in Vegas. Davis will collect. The Wildcats will run clock. It wasn't easy tonight, but at the end of the night, ACU is going to get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, it's been a great game for ACU. And like you said, Utah Tech, man, they're definitely going to be a tough out. Done a lot of good things today. And obviously, I'm excited. I might tune into one of these Utah Tech games and see how it pans out for them. Like we talked about, getting hot down the stretch, how important is that? Doesn't matter what you did all season. How do we finish the year? And obviously, they're in a good seat seeing the way that they played tonight.
One final push here for the Trailblazers. Got within 4 2 different times. But ACU, a wire-to-wire victory tonight. As Woodson, the rebound, she'll add to her double-double of 23 points and 14 rebounds. The final seconds tip off. ACU gets the win, a 20-win season, back-to-back years. Your final score from Moody Coliseum, ACU 76, Utah Tech 66. The Wildcats now 20-8, moved to 11-4 in WAC play. Utah Tech at 8-18, and fall to 3-13 in conference.
Yeah,
Aaron Woodson with 23 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists. Peyton Hull with 16 points tonight. Natalia Chavez with 13. Emma Troxel with 10. 4 Wildcats in double figures. A season high 13 three-pointers made by ACU as well.
Yeah, you talked about the way that they just moved the ball all over the place today. A lot of folks showed up in big moments for ACU. And like you said, with Aaron Woodson, man, it's not oftentimes you see the guard lead the squad in rebounds, just all over the place tonight. Every game, it seems like someone new steps up and plays big time for the Wildcats, especially here at home where they're so dominant.
And Natalia Chavez big from the three-point line. Good to see her get back into double figures, which she did tonight. And the Wildcats, again, get the win at 76-66. The celebration continues here on the center circle. Again, a big night tonight for Aaron Woodson. 23 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists. Julie Goodenough is here as the head coach, and it's a wire-to-wire victory. He scored the first 12, but it was not easy. But at the end of the night, a 10-point win. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, hard-fought battle. The way we started is how we started at their place. Start out 9-0, and like that, they take the lead. And I reminded our team of that. Like, they score so well in transition, and everybody shoots threes well that, you know, no lead is safe against Utah Tech. So really credit them for, you know, just playing super hard and challenging us, you know, from start to finish for sure.
They pulled within 4 2 different times, but you kept them at arm's length. And you hit a season-high three-pointers tonight, 13 made,
nice,
3.
finally.
So good night from behind the perimeter tonight.
Yes, you know, we've got great three-point shooters, and we haven't seen much zone this year. And I think in the first half, we were so wide open that it was hard to turn down a 3 early in the possession, but that's kind of what they want you to do. And if you miss it, then they're off to, excuse me, off to the races. And so we had to be a little bit more disciplined with, you know, trying not to take such quick shots in the second half.
Aaron Woodson tonight, 23 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists. Started slow shooting, but I thought made a great effort to get to the rim and make some shots.
She's tough as nails, and she's really smart too. I mean, she makes a lot of plays for us, and you know, and not to take anything away from Aaron, but I keep asking our team, why is Aaron the leading rebounder? You know, like, why don't other people get involved? Like, you know, we know we've lost several of our post players that were good rebounders, and so we need help from everybody. And Aaron is definitely an example of just, you know, there's no technique with it. You don't have to be the tallest person on the floor. You just got to be gritty and get in there and mix it up and, you know, go after every rebound.
And finally, Coach, it's a quick turnaround. Utah Valley will be here on Saturday. 3 games left in this last stretch.
Gosh.
Give us a preview of what's to come on Saturday.
I know. You know, Utah Valley is so different from anybody else. We've had some really good battles against them, you know, in our membership in the WAC, and so Saturday will be no exception. It'll be a dog fight for sure, and so we're going to celebrate this win today, and then tomorrow start our prep for them.
There you go. Julie Goodenough, congratulations on the win. We'll see you Saturday afternoon.
Aaron
Woodson, a double-double tonight. She is courtside with Daisy Strine. Daisy, it's all yours.
Hey, Andy, thank you. Coach just called you tough as nails. What do you have to say to that in your performance tonight with yet another double-double?
Yeah, I mean, that's so nice, but Honestly, you know, my teammates, they did a lot for me. You know, they set me up for a lot of shots, and, you know, having the mindset of going after rebounds, going after steals, getting after on defense really helped me, like, get going in the game, so.
Absolutely, and as the regular season comes to a close, every win matters. We said that at the beginning of this game. So what does this win mean to you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're fighting for a regular season championship, getting a good seed in the tournament. So every win, we have to come out and do our best. And, you know, they're all close. Every team in the WAC is good. So it was a good win tonight.
Well, congratulations on the big win. We'll send it upstairs to the desk. Guys, take it away.
Hello and welcome back upstairs at Moody Coliseum. Madison and Josiah here. Josiah, 20th win of the season for the Wildcats. Tell me your thoughts.
It was a good one for the ACU. It took a second. You had to do a couple nitty-gritty things that you don't normally do if you're the Wildcats, but they finally got things figured out, able to get a double-digit win, and it's a very exciting time as they move into Saturday's game.
Absolutely. As we take a look at our final stats, it was Aaron Woodson the whole way for the Wildcats with 23 points, and on the other side, it was Lauren Crocker with 15. Josiah, what else do you see here?
Yeah, I mean, the big difference right there that you can see is the rebounds, but ultimately it came down to what Aaron Woodson did. She truly was the difference in this game. 23 points, 14 rebounds. She was sniffing with a triple-double. She had 6 assists. What a game for her, but overall, a pretty even game. Obviously, Utah Tech, they shot better than ACU. But you can see that in the field goal percentage and the three-point percentage, but ACU scored when it mattered.
Absolutely. Josiah, let's take a look at our WAC standings. ACU fell to 3rd in the WAC after their loss to Southern Utah last Sunday. They are tied as of now with the Thunderbirds at 11-4 in WAC play.
Yeah, they're right there at the near end of this entire stretch. It's really going to be interesting who comes out on top before they head to Las Vegas. But you can obviously see right now ACU losing that tiebreaker, but they definitely have the potential to go and win this in the regular season. They have all the talent. They have everything they need. We saw that tonight. But the question is whether or not they're going to take those steps and eventually jump the leaders.
Absolutely. Josiah, Utah Tech hasn't done too hot in conference play. This is their 13th loss of the season. What's going to be the biggest thing they need to fix before Las Vegas?
Yeah, get comfortable on the road. You mentioned it at halftime. They don't do well on the road. In this game, they didn't lead. They were tied for a few seconds there at the beginning, and then ACU led the entire way through. So get comfortable in a environment that you're not normally comfortable in.
Yes, and as for ACU, 2 of their last 3 games at home. How do they finish strong before Las Vegas?
You know, they started off this season 10-0 at home. They were really, really talented here in Moody Coliseum. The question is, can they continue that for 2 more games again before they head to Vegas? This is a talented team. Aaron Woodson, Peyton Holt, they have the shooters, they have the options. The question is, will they execute now?
Absolutely. Well, that will conclude our post-game show here at the desk. Thanks for tuning in. Andy, it's all yours.
Thank you, Madison. Gritty win tonight for the Wildcats, Zion.
Pretty for ACU, but they came out big, and you love what they've shown tonight.
76-66. ACU gets the win, a 20-win season for ACU back-to-back years for the Wildcats. This has been a presentation of the Western Athletic Conference on ESPN. All games are airing live and streaming on the ESPN app. For Zion Webb, Daisy Strine, Madison O'Shields, Josiah Wannell, and Tyler Hatfield and the ACUTV crew, good night from Abilene.